So my name's Kimberly Percuoco. I'm 24 years old. I'm from Jupiter, Florida. I've been singing since I could talk, I think. But I grew up, my mom was a singer, my dad was a singer. My mom used to play when she was my age. And it's something I've always aspired to be, is a musician. I grew up listening to Christina Aguilera and always trying to be just like her. And then I always listened to whatever my mom listened to, I listened to. So we listened to a lot of blues and a lot of country music. But I don't know, I was always into that. I wanted to belt and be really loud and do my own thing and kind of move with the music. So I got into blues a little bit more, and then I got into country, and then I moved to Nashville, and now I'm back here. That's where I'm at now, singing with the Helmsmen and stuff. My goal right now is to be able to share something that I love with everybody in the world. I know it's kind of cliche when you think about it that way, but I want to be able to do something that makes me happy and show other people why it makes me happy and have them feel the same feeling. Just singing and performing on a stage is an experience that only certain people can understand. 2 years ago, I was selected to sing the national anthem for University of Florida's Gator Girl, and it was a really big honor, and I believe there are somewhere between 20 and 30,000 people in attendance. And I remember walking onto the stage, and I had this gorgeous gown on, and my sorority sisters helped me pick everything out. Everyone was there. My family was there. And I walked on the stage, and it was pitch black. And I looked out, and all I saw were all these flashing teeny tiny little lights in this big giant stadium. And I can remember I wasn't nervous. I wasn't worried about anything. All I wanted to do was sing. I just wanted to sing so bad. And it was the best I've ever sung the national anthem out of all the years that I've been doing it. And I knew at that moment I had to go for my dream. I couldn't just quit, leave college and have my bachelor's degree and work. I needed to do music. So that's where I am now. Okay, so we're going to do Waitin' in Vain by Bob Marley. He's always been a big influence in my life. I have the Live at the Roxy album. I listen to it all the time. If you don't have it, you should get it. Waitin' in Vain is just a really good song that was recommended by a really good friend of mine. And he was like, you should do this song. It sounds good. And I was just like, I don't know, maybe. And we started messing around with it. And I don't know, it just kind of developed on its own and took this whole by flight, and it sounded good. And I was like, we should totally do this. It sounds great. So we decided to do it. And, we hope you guys really like it.
My heart says follow through, but I know now that I'm way down on your line. But the waiting feel is fine. So don't treat me like a puppet on a string, 'cause I know I have to do my thing. Don't talk to me as if you think I'm dumb. I wanna know when you're gonna come soon. I don't wanna wait in vain for your love. I don't wanna wait in vain for your love. I don't wanna wait in vain for your love. years since I'm knocking on your door, and still I can knock some more. Ooh, girl, is it feasible? I wanna know now, for I to knock some more. You see, in life I know there's lots of grief, but your love is my relief. Tears in my eyes burn, oh, tears in my eyes burn, while I'm waiting for your turn. I don't wanna wait in vain for your love. I don't wanna wait in vain for your love. I don't wanna wait in vain for your love. I don't wanna wait in vain for your love. Oh, I don't wanna wait in vain. No, I don't wanna wait in vain. No, I don't wanna wait in vain. I don't wanna wait in vain.
Now, the second song is called Andreas Song. It was a song that I wrote with my house dad of my sorority friend at University of Florida, Don Gatto. He sent me the song a couple months ago and asked me if I would finish it for him and produce it and compose it and everything. The story behind the song, it's about him and his daughter growing up and her going away to college at Ole Miss, being away from her and just letting her know, like, don't worry, everything's going to be okay. Like, I'm still here. No matter what happens, I'm always going to be there for you. And nothing bad can come from this. Like, it's only going to be good. I'm always going to be around. So don't worry. Everything's going to be all right, which is the kind of repetitive hook to the song. And I remember sending him the songs, and I always send him like little tidbits. I'm like, what do you think of this? What do you think of this? And I sent him the final cut, and he sent it to his daughter. And she sent him an email. She didn't call him. And the email said, you know, I can't call you because since we're an emotional family, I'm crying right now because I love it so much. This is us. This is exactly what it's supposed to be. And I'll get back to you in a couple minutes. And she called him and they talked about it. But I was really happy to hear that it came out the way that he wanted it to come out, even though I had to make changes. You know, whenever we do these songs, it's you know, I get the song and I go, okay, how can I make this work? Because it's a bunch of lyrics, but sometimes there's no flow, and sometimes I have to figure out, I'm like, okay, maybe I can change this. And I still want to keep everything together, but it ends up working out pretty good. And then he likes it and I like it, so it's all good. So we hope you like it, and it will be released very soon.
From scrapes and scratches to a dose of molasses, to being late for a class, to leaving a quarter in the grass. There wasn't anything my daddy couldn't fix. From an uncommon frown to a canceled trip, Daddy said, don't worry, little girl, everything will be alright. When I turned 18, off to college I would go, into an unseen world, learning things I didn't know that I should know. Daddy took my hand and hugged my neck, gave me a kiss, and as he left, he said, don't worry, little girl, everything will be alright. Oh, 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 I became an homeless rebel, I learned to be a lady, but my daddy missed me, I could tell. I wore my southern clothes, I wore my leathers too, drove a Jeep and learned to say, hello ma'am, how do you do? Daddy always held me tight, he taught me how to live and how to be bright, but the one thing he always told me is everything is gonna be alright. heavy sigh. Sometimes they gave me a fright. But regardless of the years, Daddy always said, don't worry, little girl, everything will be alright. Whoa, whoa, I became an old Miss Rebel. I learned to be a lady, but my daddy missed me, I could tell. I wore my southern clothes, I wore my leaves too. Drove a Jeep and learned to say, hello ma'am, how do you do? Daddy always held me tight, he taught me how to live and how to be bright. But the one thing he always told me is, everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. I didn't know what to do. Daddy became so ill, stopped and turned and took his hand and felt a sudden chill. This was a deed I could not do. I looked into his saddened eyes, no longer bright and true, and I said, don't worry now, Daddy, everything will be alright. He spoke his final words and I began to cry. Once he took my hand and he held so tight, and he whispered, don't worry, little girl, everything will be alright. Whoa, 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 I became an old Miss Rebel, learned to be a lady, and my daddy loved me, I could tell. I wore my southern clothes, I wore my leaves too, drove a Jeep and learned to say, hello ma'am, how do you do? Daddy's always loved, hold me tight, he taught me how to live and how to be bright. Daddy, don't you worry about me, because everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. I said everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Whoa, whoa.
So I want to thank Helm House Live for having me on. Thank you so much, Derek, Jesse, for seeking me out in the woodwork and getting me back in. Thank you to Papa Don for sending me these amazing songs, and my parents for always supporting me and letting me come out here and feeding me on a daily basis. And to everybody that's always been listening and supporting my page, I really appreciate it. So keep supporting and keep sharing. You guys are the best, and I really appreciate all of your love and support.